Hi, I'm Mike Gwydion. I'm one of the presenters at the Brotherhood by the Bog virtual retreat coming this April. I was asked to share some of my memories of previous retreats held by either Brotherhood of the Bog or their progenitor groups. And wanted to take this opportunity to actually kind of add an addendum to the Boggins story that David Kaufman mentioned. If you have not seen it yet, go ahead and go to the Brotherhood by the Bog YouTube channel, and you will see it there. Anyway, instead of recapping everything that David said, I do want to just establish that, as far as I know, everything in that story is true. I do know all the participants. I personally know Eric. I know his wife. I know David. So, as far as David's side of the story, there's nothing to specifically add to that. However, what I do want to add is several months after hearing about the events in the previous story and how Eric felt that he was blessed by the Bogginses, I had an opportunity to go back to that bog with my wife at the time. We were playing with a video camera, getting some nature shots and stuff, and wanted to go to the bog. So we're at the bog, and the log that Eric was originally standing on was still there. So I was explaining everything to my wife about what happened. Eric was on the log, he was walking around, he was talking about the Bogginses, and as soon as he started mentioning them, he fell in. Well, so did I. So there I was, thigh deep in boggin goodness, also known as quick mud or just grand soupiness, for lack of a better phrase. Anyway, so there I was, thigh deep. My wife safely on shore, because when I marry women, I tend to marry intelligent women, at least more intelligent than I am. So, what does she do? Does she try to figure out how to help pull me out? No. Does she go to find a ranger to possibly see if they could help me get out? Because I was kind of, again, thigh deep in muck and mire. No. She bursts into hysterics, turns on the video camera, and aims it at me. So, the only thing I could do at that point was look solemnly into the camera, point directly into the lens, and exclaim, I don't know how, I don't know why, but Eric, I blame you for this. So, the bog has at least, the bog and or Bogginses now have at least claimed and or blessed two of us. But yet, there's more. A couple of years after this event, at one of the retreats that was sponsored by EPM, Exploring the Primordial Male, we had a bit of a drum circle going on at the time. And it was a nice, easy, steady rhythm, at which point I honestly don't remember who it was in the group that started it, but started a chant of Bogginses, 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 as kind of just an accompaniment to the drumming that was going on, which then inspired Eric to tell his story, keeping to the meter of the drumming and the chanting. Eric tells his story. I, not being willing to be shown up, decide I'm going to tell my story. And so the drumming continues, the soft chanting continues. I tell my story similar to just how I told it to everyone now. And it actually has to be one of the most magically spontaneous events and activities that I've ever experienced outside of doing actual acting and performing. This was totally improvised. This was totally impromptu. No one had expected. No one was planning on doing any of this. But we had one of those moments that defies words and defies descriptions, and was definitely something that, for that retreat, bonded everyone in that group together. Jump ahead one more year, we did make the mistake of trying to do the Boggins' chant and drumming again. And the second time, it just didn't work. It was one of those things where sometimes you just cannot recreate magic. So that's my memories of previous retreats, my experiences with the Bog and the Bogginses, and hope to see everyone at the retreat. Thank you.